Our expedition begins at the forgotten harbor of ancient Egypt, buried beneath centuries of silt. Centuries of sediment have concealed these ancient vessels, their wood eroded but still recognizable. Hieroglyphs etched into the ship's timbers hint at its ceremonial and trade significance. Sculptures once adorning the harbor now lie fragmented, their forms softened by millennia underwater.
Ceremonial pottery, covered in silt, offers clues to daily and ritual life in this ancient port.
Remnants of a dock, once bustling with trade, now crumbling and overtaken by marine life.
Scattered cargo and remnants of boats tell a story of commerce long forgotten. A ceremonial figurine emerges from the silt, its bronze surface corroded but still revealing ancient craftsmanship. The bow of a merchant vessel, eroded yet still displaying its cultural markings, tells a silent tale of the Nile's trade routes.
The ancient harbor lies frozen in time, a submerged testament to Egypt's rich maritime history.
The mast, once towering above the deck, now rests silently on the riverbed, claimed by time. These amphorae carried goods for the Nile trade, their decoration hinting at ceremonial significance.
The collapsed pier shows where merchants once unloaded cargo centuries ago.
A ceremonial dagger emerges from the sediment, a silent relic of ancient religious practice.
Even in decay, the inscriptions tell a story of the ship's origin and purpose.
Fragments of daily life and worship lie scattered, preserved by the river's calm currents.
Even the harbor's anchors, encrusted with centuries of marine growth, speak of ships long gone.
A small storage box hints at treasures once held within, now long forgotten.
The sunken dock offers a haunting view of Egypt's once bustling trade hub.
Even the statues' faces, eroded and covered in growth, retain an air of ancient dignity.
A bronze mirror, worn by time, offers a glimpse into daily life in ancient Egypt.
This oar, part of a merchant vessel, rests quietly after centuries underwater. The quay's remains tell of a bustling port, now lost to history.
Tiny ceremonial figurines emerge from the sand, their purpose long forgotten.
The hull of a merchant ship, though eroded, still bears the marks of its builders.
The cargo, now fragmented, hints at trade routes that connected the ancient Nile world.
This ritual bowl, tarnished but intact, connects us to the harbor's spiritual past.
Even in ruin, the mast reflects the scale and skill of ancient shipbuilding. The statue's fragments, frozen in time, hint at ceremonial importance and artistic skill.
The ship's carvings remain a silent testament to Egypt's maritime history.
A small amulet, once a token of protection, has survived centuries beneath the Nile's waters.
The dock, though crumbled, shows the scale of this ancient harbor's construction.
These amphorae, once filled with goods for trade, now lie silently on the riverbed. Even in decay, the statuette's intricate details reveal ancient Egyptian artistry.
This oar, part of a long-lost vessel, bears the marks of centuries underwater. The remains of the ship tell a story of trade, travel, and time's passage.
These inscriptions provide rare insight into the ship's origin and purpose.
The ceremonial bowl,
hints at rituals once performed at this bustling harbour.
The quay's remains reveal the scale of maritime infrastructure used by ancient Egyptians.
The statue, though fragmented, still conveys the grandeur of Egypt's ceremonial harbor.
Even small personal items like this ring have survived the river's centuries-long embrace.
The dock's remains speak of daily life and the constant flow of goods through this harbour.
These amphorae, once vessels of trade, lie silently on the riverbed, frozen in time.
The figurine hints at ritual practices and the spiritual life of harbour workers. The mast, once part of a merchant vessel, bears the scars of centuries submerged. The quay's remnants hint at a hub of commerce, now silent and submerged.
This bowl, used in daily or ceremonial life, has survived the river's currents for centuries.
The ship's hull, though eroded, still tells of ancient craftsmanship and trade.
The broken statues suggest ceremonial significance and artistic achievement long forgotten. The ship's carvings endure as a silent testament to the ancient harbor's history. This amulet, worn by someone long ago, has endured the Nile's currents for centuries.
The dock's remains tell of a once bustling harbour, now reclaimed by nature. These amphorae once carried goods for trade, now frozen in time beneath the river. This figurine hints at religious practices and everyday life at the harbour.
The oar, part of a long-lost vessel, carries the marks of centuries underwater. The ship's remains reveal stories of trade and travel, long forgotten. The inscriptions, though worn, reveal the vessel's origin and purpose. The bowl's presence hints at ritual practices once conducted at the harbour. The quay, though collapsed, shows the scale of maritime operations centuries ago.
Even fragmented, the statue conveys the grandeur of Egypt's ceremonial harbour.
Even the smallest items, like this ring, tell a story of lives once lived by the Nile. The remnants of the dock reveal the harbour's bustling past.
These amphorae carried goods for trade, now frozen in their underwater grave.
This figurine once held ritual significance, now silently resting beneath the river.
The oar, part of an ancient vessel, has survived centuries underwater. The hull tells the story of a merchant vessel lost to time. The inscriptions review the ship's origin and purpose, preserved beneath centuries of silt.
This ritual bowl hints at the spiritual life of the ancient harbour. The collapsed quay illustrates the scale of maritime operations centuries ago.
Even fragmented, the statue conveys the ceremonial grandeur of the ancient harbour.
This amulet has survived centuries underwater, a small witness to history. The dock's remains hint at a once thriving hub of commerce.
These amphorae, carriers of ancient trade goods, lie frozen in time. This figurine once held ritual significance, now silently resting beneath the Nile. The oar, part of a merchant vessel, has endured centuries underwater.
The ship's remains tell stories of trade and travel, long forgotten.
The inscriptions reveal the vessel's origin and purpose, preserved beneath centuries of silt.
The ritual bowl hints at the spiritual life of the harbor workers.
The collapsed quay shows the scale of ancient maritime operations.
Even fragmented, the statue conveys the ceremonial grandeur of the harbor.
Even the smallest relics, like this ring, carry stories from centuries past.
These amphorae, once vessels of trade, now lie silently beneath the Nile.
The figurine hints at ritual practices and the spiritual life of the harbor. This ore, part of a merchant vessel, has endured centuries submerged.
The ship's remains tell stories of trade and travel lost to time.
The inscriptions reveal the ship's origin and purpose, preserved by centuries of silt.
The bowl hints at ceremonial life in the harbor.
The collapsed quay illustrates the scale of ancient maritime operations.
Even fragmented, the statue conveys the ceremonial grandeur of the harbor. This amulet, once worn by someone centuries ago, has survived the Nile's currents.
The dock remains reveal the scale and activity of the ancient harbor.
These amphorae, carriers of ancient goods, lie frozen beneath the river for centuries.
The figurine hints at ceremonial practices once held in the harbor.
This ore, once part of a merchant vessel, has endured centuries submerged.
The ship's remains silently tell of trade and journeys long forgotten.
The inscriptions preserve the identity and purpose of this ancient vessel.
This ritual bowl gives insight into the spiritual life of the harbor's inhabitants.
The collapsed quay stands as a testament to ancient Egyptian maritime skill.
Even fragmented, the statue reflects the ceremonial grandeur of the harbor.